following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
Well, we've touched on Harbinger before. What? Yeah, I'm just uncertain on what the correct approach even is. I feel like I've spent almost all of my life afraid of Harbinger. So much so that I have difficulty conceptualizing the defeating. You know?
No, I kind of find it hard to imagine you being afraid of anything.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't be.
I don't know, it humanizes you a little. I'm not sure you want that, though.
I don't hate it.
I mean...
Maybe I should.
I'm afraid of almost everything.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I don't let on. But when you go through a period of youthful invincibility and then you literally are in danger of being dissolved by the thing you did, then it kind of brings that mortality back into sharp focus.
It's a harsh way to deconstruct the personal fable.
So, so what are you gonna do? You gonna tell Kim that her friend's still alive?
Maybe. She said she hasn't heard from her, so it's not like I can get any information out of her. What about you?
Pardon me.
You said taken over, but you're actually...
I'm fine
You're
now.
doing fine now, right?
Yeah.
Good, it's good. You know, do you have any idea why Xander is interested in the railways?
The railways?
Yeah.
Like the big rail yard or the subways or...
The subways and the train lines.
Oh, that's obvious actually. At least I think it is. It would have something to do with the fact that the White Sands base is accessible by railways, like the rail network.
So you think they're just looking for lines that aren't used? Is there something strange happening in the tunnels?
Well, in Cold Rock, something strange happening in a place most people don't actually go? Bullshit!
So.
Bullshit! Utter felgacub. I mean, there might be something living in the subway tunnels. Maybe in an old disused part, like the one that goes out to their base. Something is lurking down there.
I suppose I should get back to him then.
Yeah. Maybe.
They seem to be doing fine though, everyone?
They seem to have... They seem to be in a better place than they were. Probably because you left. There's a tiny smile.
You wound me!
I've had too much practice taking cheap shots at my brother over the years. I'm probably going to go back for his little archaeologist's dome thing. I kind of feel that I need to be there for his important life moments.
Really?
Well, he needs me. He's a useless, helpless little lamb.
You certainly need something.
Maybe he needs me around to help him beat off all those predatory women circling him like sharks.
You know, I think he fends them off by not being aware of them.
In a lot of ways, that's even more insulting to a young lady than not being, but them being aware and just not interested.
So now that he's hero of the people.
Xander Magruder, yes. That's, I wonder if he's worked out how detrimental that could possibly be.
Not yet, I don't think.
Expectations
Also,
are going
if
to
he doesn't-
pile up.
Especially after beating Dr. Destructo the second time.
That's a very public thing that happened. And now I'm growing more and more concerned by the minute. Wrings hands.
I mean, if you look at the crowd,
Distractedly
not
eats an
surprised.
entire loaf.
they're not surprised when he wins. They expect it.
Well, he's getting a
That's
medal for
problematic,
doing this. That's a level of dependence that could be Oh, I've just worked out why it's bad. This is a level of dependence where now, whenever the good doctor wants to put him in a specific place at a specific time, he can just do it.
He always can. Yeah.
It's like playing four-dimensional chess with a grandmaster. And he already is from the future and knows what moves you're going to make.
Have you ever met, fuck, I've mind blanked on his name at the last second. The first mutant from the concentration camps?
Tarius.
The professor at, Jari. Have you ever met Tarius?
He's a professor of folklore and history or something at Morningwood. I think Xander dropped one of his classes early on.
Yeah, well,
There's minor points electives that people try to take because they think it'll be an easy way of getting a couple of points, and then it turns out you have to spend way too much time learning stuff that you don't really want to know.
talking to him is similar to that. He, I believe he calls it the thread of fate, but his prediction power is absurd.
So, well, he has a prediction power?
His ability to predict things.
Oh. Ooh. I'm interested in that kind of thing. Wonder how it works.
Well, I mean,
I'm interested in that kind of thing for purely academic reasons.
not because you can see 3 seconds into the future.
I can't. I see a number of possibilities ghosted over the world, some of which have more likelihood than others. I can't see the future, I can just see probabilities. And it took a long
How does that
time.
manifest itself?
Ghostly images that get more solid depending on how probable they're going to be overlaid onto the real world. It actually took me a long time to learn how to read, because everything is kind of a mess visually for me. Fortunately, the integration of the Krell into my brain has allowed me to visually distinguish and filter more easily, but oh, I know, wow, my life is hard. I can dodge really well, and I also have good reflexes, and I'm pretty much perfect in every way. Blink, blink. I know, Riverworld problems.
It's still an issue.
It does mean that sometimes if there's enough probability blurring going on, I can't make out individual features of people so easily. And when you have a bunch of friends at school who are like, oh, you didn't notice I had my hair changed, then you kind of see why I'm a social reject. And no other reason.
Does that actually happen?
It does, yeah. I mean, they get snippy, and then there's a whole social way that you, like, ritualistically apologize for these things and repair the friendship, but I was never really good at knowing these cues either.
Why did you even go to school?
Because I needed to learn things.
No, but like the real reason.
Because I am required to by law.
Yeah, but I feel like you could have just.
I mean, when I first started going to school, I didn't know all the things I do now. I had to start somewhere. And we all went to school. Richard Milhouse Nixon High. It's not a good school.
No. Aren't all of the teachers currently...
I actually feel a little bad for the place. I think like almost everyone in that place was like murdered by space pirates or something, and then the rest turned out to be an evil cult, and then the Light Brigade revealed that they were all like half the staff were alien invaders and beat them up, and I guess it's good, but now I think they have a librarian and a gym teacher and one or two others.
You know, the more we talk about Cold Rocks, the more I feel that I need to return.
Yeah, but Ray has this university course that he's not willing to give up on.
Yeah, funny that.
Obviously she doesn't say that. I don't feel
Yeah.
I don't need to point that out, but I will. Because every now and then a character will say something that is fourth wall breaking, and they really do say it.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't do school. It isn't a place for smart people.
I mean, I realize that.
I'm just surprised.
I mean, I want to arrogantly say that I was self-taught, but really I stand on the shoulders of giants.
Well...
You probably had a tutor, or a raft of tutors.
Yeah, but they weren't very helpful.
You know how occasionally I have to save my brother from being a massive douche nozzle?
Yeah.
You might wanna not say that around other people.
That's it.
Because they'll think you're a
Offend
massive
them?
douche nozzle.
I think they already think that, though.
Yeah, but... smart people are particularly prickly about their intellect, and basically saying, I am much smarter than you, lol, get wrecked, is probably not a good way to...
Oh, yeah. It depends how you mean it. Although, last time I talked to Xander... what did he say? I can't stand arrogant people. They just don't understand how great I am.
He said that?
Yeah.
Xander said that.
Well, Xander Drake. Universe. Oh, stupid. Yeah. Interesting
I
guy.
don't know, I think Universe Man's a really good name. It kind of implies everything that he is.
I suppose.
I mean, he's got, like, all the fucking cool powers, right?
Yeah.
Look, what do you want me to say? You're smarter than me? There, I said it. But to be fair, you're also older than me. And I'm way cuter than you. I realize that doesn't help in a saving the world way, but I'm gonna take everything I can get.
Yeah, I'll surrender that one to you. Although, I mean, maybe you can save the world in a different way.
Have you ever considered getting a robot arm?
A few times, actually.
Well, from my experience, it kind of isn't worth it. But, like, more conventional techniques might be.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Around,
Have the latest tests come back from the... Oh, you did say that we've managed to disprove everything we've been trying to prove.
Yeah, we're waiting on tests from Native Americans.
What? they've approved that?
It's being tested in Cold Rock Hold, apparently.
That's funny. Last time I checked, Congress still hadn't approved human testing.
Well, we've been doing human testing, right?
Yeah, but Congress doesn't govern what happens in other countries. I mean, I know they like to think they do.
Congress has less power over the military than they like to think they do.
Well, I mean, they're, after all, just an oversight committee. The military answers to the president, ultimately. Although... Okay, so there's some other news you might want to know about.
Oh?
Okay, so you know how the every oversight committee has to be chaired by a senator in Earth-60, which is not how it works in the real world, just establishing for everyone out there that I am aware of that, and I chose to make it different because I wanted it to be different. And the chief oversight committee of the military operations oversight is Senator Clinton, right?
It seemed like an odd choice, but yeah.
Well, because she's a power-mad warmonger? Yeah, allegedly.
Yes.
Well, it turns
have
out
you also
that
just seen her, any of her speeches? Like
yeah,
her notes are trash. You should probably put them next to her emails.
Oh, nice one. Full points. Well, it turns out that she's an evil supervillain who has been using escaped prisoners to brainwash people into committing all those nerd murders.
Look, I've never voted for Hillary, and I've always lobbied against her in public forums, but that seems like a little bit of a stretch, don't you think?
Well, also it turns out that she is a snake who can turn into a snake. Like, literally, I'm not even just calling her a snake. Allegedly! And she can, slither away as a snake. She's a literal snake person. And is a supervillain.
What? Okay.
And she tried to... You know those snipers? Those police?
Yeah.
Those bad police who tried to kill Santa? It turns out they were doing it on her orders. And she also sent Spark soldiers to get him at our home, and our house is a wreck. Because...
She spent Spark soldiers?
There's apparently like some kind of private army she's managed to assemble out of corrupt, on her payroll soldiers. Allegedly, in this universe.
No actual Minutemen though, right?
No, because he had a Minuteman for a bodyguard, that Minuteman basically wrecked up a Spark platoon. But it kind of wrecked our house a bit, and I think Xander's made a very powerful enemy, and I don't know what to do. And she's probably going to get away with it.
Well, I mean, we saw the video, didn't we?
Uh-huh.
He needed to have denounced her there, and then taken more control away from... Fuck.
To be fair, though, he can't...
Yes, but we have to...
think like that. He doesn't...
I don't know how... We can't just play as children not being able to think like that forever, though. He has a position now. He has to take advantage.
I wonder if it's occurred to him.
Leave.
Well, yet here we are. You're in Christchurch and I'm here. So, that's the other thing that's been going on.
Okay, so the nerd violence that I was reading about today has been solved, then?
Yes, they worked out it was the screenslaver who was working for Hillary Clinton. They even have recordings of her, but of course, all the evidence will no doubt disappear.
If they get it to the Colonel...
I just feel this is going to come back and bite him in the ass.
Well, of course it is. I mean, he'll probably have to deal with assassination attempts at the least, but...
Does this mean he's never going to be
a...
The problem is, though, that if it keeps happening, someone's going to assign him a bodyguard, and then he'll never be able to be the gamer again.
That might be for the best.
But he wants to do it.
I've seen other universes.
I know, but that doesn't mean that this has to turn out the same way. Forewarned is forearmed, and there has to be a way to fix him. I know it.
Yeah. As I've told him, the answer seems to be limiting and being diverse, but he just sticks to the same three, right? Deus Ex, Tarot, Duke.
Well, I am actually going to have to introduce some repercussions onto his Deus Ex character, because after all, he plays it stealth, but at the moment he's also using it for combat, which means there's going to be a dissonance building up. So at some point that's going to stop working for a bit. But he doesn't know about that yet. And hopefully this isn't another case of me destroying his character, but it's like specifically when we worked out how it would work, we established that each game character would be based on how he plays it. And since he plays like a pure stealth campaign playthrough, the more he uses it for a combat form, then the more that dissonance will build up, and there'll be a little standout. So hopefully this will encourage some diversity. Yeah. But what she says is, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the answer is. He needs to play... I don't know if we could convince him to play video games specifically so he could turn into that character because they have utility. Which is what I would do if I had the power.
I mean, I don't know how it works. Maybe he has to actually like the game. Which is maybe why we never see him turn into Lee Carvalho's putting challenge.
I've seen that.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then.
Once.
So, side note, that game now exists. By making that game real, they've ruined the joke. It's like how if you add cromulent to the dictionary, it ruins that joke too.
Yeah.
Whatever. Gotta admit, I kinda want to play it.
Just for the joke though, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually want to play Lee Carvalho's putting challenge. I just want to have played it. Like, I want to see, how an accurate a representation of the joke is the game. Or is it like a very po-faced, super serious game? Like, has it completely missed the point, or is it get the point? Or does it, roll around in the point till it's covered in the point and then goes, look at the point! Look at the point I'm making! Well, anyway, that's their problems that they'll have to solve. But I was also, I admit I did spy on him a little while I was there, just to make sure everything was fine, and he certainly has some interesting friends. Yeah, he spent a long time talking with a group of really diverse people, like a whole group of people, some of whom were wearing mutant registration armbands, a lot of whom were very attractive young ladies who were, and one of whom was the son of Dwight Masterton. I don't remember his name, but yeah, so, I mean, this could be a chance for him to expand his group of friends and, become more socially adept. So maybe it's not all bad. Maybe he will be forced to learn interpersonal skills through this kind of sudden socialization. It could be good for him.
He's been pushed into the deep end, hasn't he?
I think there could be positives to come from this. Right?
Yes, there could. And what we have to do is hope for the positives while preparing for the negatives. I don't think that even if Senator Clinton sends an army after Xander, he will die. Just from there. He's much more capable than we give him credit for sometimes, but I don't necessarily think he'll be able to handle the socio-political aspects of his new title very well.
Maybe. I'm just hoping that there's some positives in this for him, other than, like, congratulations, you have a medal and now you're a target.
Other than that.
I really don't need to lose another brother.
I'm sorry we couldn't save Brooke.
I mean, I'm not exactly super pleased about him. I mean, he did just walk out and leave me behind. And it turned into a massive dick right about the same time. Like when someone's ego swells up a whole lot, she says, looking pointedly at you. And they become a massive douche nozzle all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, yeah, no, not really. It doesn't really apply to me, though.
Oh, this false self-deprecation of yours is... Yeah, it works. Yeah, I mean, I cannot make a habit of losing brothers. Just a thing that I need to not be a thing.
Well, no one wants to lose their family, do they?
What's your face at this point? Because after all, your whole character thing was like, gotta save my family. And then you did.
I mean, it's hard to explain. It's like he'll be making a somewhat of a sort of just be like a look at her as a like, but it's not like a snide like no one wants to lose their family. You're talking to the wrong person, but like it'll just be like that sort of comment.
Oh, okay, I get it.
Like he gets it. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Just have this feeling that that's what's in store.
Well, I don't recommend time travel as an answer.
So, since we're being honest here, you're never doing that again, right?
No, I don't think so.
Good. So now you're committed to actually trying to stop it in this timeline without a safety net.
Well, that's what I was committed to before, and after... Yes, certainly. So, before Xander explained to me how it worked... Thanks for not pointing that out, Spectra.
Wait, what?
I was prepared to do it again, if need be. But I was also committed to making it work. I never wanted to have to spend lifetimes doing my life over and over again to make it work. I'm committed to this reality.
Well,
the thing is,
first step
faced with that situation, when faced with that situation, it's difficult. It's difficult to say for certain I wouldn't do it again, having been faced with that choice and making it in the moment. But I'm quite certain I wouldn't.
Well, it also seems like that choice is kind of out of your hands as well, to a certain degree.
Well, I've seen reality rent unto dust. Life rendered meaningless. Would not want to see it again. To get all depressing.
No, I mean, I've kind of already dealt with the whole, consequences of mortality thing. Well, I say dealt with, but I guess I'm in the middle of it still, but, you know. Even the things you do that you think are good and will work, they don't.
Fail horribly.
Because you're not as smart as you thought you were, and so on.
There's only one way to stop Labor's taxes.
Kill them.